I've been in the active trading space since 1999. I've owned and operated broker-dealers ever since. TradeZero, our latest brokerage offering, started in 2015 out of Nassau, Bahamas, came to the States in 2019, followed by Canada 2022, and we just launched in the EU in November of last year. All of our broker-dealers leverage the same technology stack and same platforms. We believe in bi-directional trading, and that is important to provide market access, not just on the long side, but also on the short side, and pride ourselves in our robust ability to provide short locates and short access to US-based securities. I'm looking forward to talking about 5 ways from our perspective that we can help folks while they're in their trading day. My presentation is focused on the trader and on selecting stocks that have some momentum behind them, and that folks can realize some opportunities there, as well as getting into and getting out of positions in a very expeditious manner. So I'm going to go into 5 ways leveraging our platform and our service that folks can save time. The first feature is our top list. So this is a window whereby you have a lot of pre-scanned items for you, things that are the highest percent gainers, losers, net change, the most active securities. And so just by popping this window open, you have a curated list of stocks without you really having to add in any of your own criteria. Some new features and enhancements that we added to the top list window is we've given folks the ability to add in, 50 or so different data points. But we were just talking about the top list window. So, and kind of just piggybacking off of what Sean was talking about, let's add in our earnings per share, our short interest, and our short interest ratio, and just see what that looks like. So we're now looking at a curated list of stocks that are our biggest percent gainers on the day, but we've also now added in additional information, EPS, what the short interest is, what the short interest ratio is, so that you can kind of see. A lot of times these small to mid-cap stocks that are fairly low priced, when you have a low float, you have high short interest, it really creates potential short squeezes that we've saw very famously with the GameStops, AMCs of the world a few years ago. But these are happening on a daily basis. So it's important for folks to realize, hey, these are the stocks that I should be paying attention to. And this window will start updating from 4 a.m. Eastern. And you can, you can filter either by exchange, or you can just navigate from the whole market with your most active and those stocks that are advancing or declining. The next feature that I'd like to go through in terms of things that you can use to save time is our ProScanner. So this is a new feature, newly added to the platform about a month ago. And this is really awesome for seeing real-time momentum, where you can actually filter based on the last 1 minute. Show me all stocks that are up, 1 to 5% over the last minute or over the last 5 minutes. So even if it's a stock that's down for the day, maybe it's bouncing at this point in time. And so obviously the way that this saves you time is the symbols that meet your criteria are populating in the window automatically. You don't need to do anything, and the list will sort dynamically based on how you have it sorted. It filters out the noise, so it's only focusing you on the stocks that meet certain criteria that you've put in. It helps identify movers early on as they start to move. So I've set up a ProScanner bunch of criteria here, where I'm looking at shares that are between 1 and 10 million in the float, price from $0 to $10, with a daily volume with today's volume of at least 1 million shares, and stocks that are gaining between 1 and 10% over the last 5 minutes. And you see down at the bottom here, I have that list sorted. So in the universe of stocks that Sean was just alluding to, there are only 5 that meet that criteria right now. So it's a super curated list. And as we see, as things kind of crack that 1% threshold, which I think is the real limiter here, you'll see them come in or leave the window as it's happening in real time. But if I wanted to further scale this down, let's say I wanted to look at stocks that were just making a move in the last 1 minute rather than 5, I would go to 1 to, let's say, 2%. And as we see, that has now just brought us to, there's only one symbol over the last minute that's up, that meets all these other criteria and is up just between 1 and 2%. And that's now left the list and come back. So this is a really way to hyper focus on stocks that are making moves as we speak. Well, obviously it's a real time saver there. Next up, we have our Squawk feature. So this, just throwing a little caution to the wind here. We pull in this live audio feed from our friends at Benzinga, and just be careful, especially if you use a headset during the day. When I turn this on, which it's now on, and you can control it with volume and whatnot, it scares the hell out of me sometimes. You're sitting there and it's quiet for a little while, and all of a sudden say, NVIDIA beats earnings per share. You know, whatever news they're calling attention to. They're basically shouting out what the headline is. So as I was just talking, the now person is talking in my ear about an update about natural gas. So it's a great feature. Fundamental data. So this is also a newly added addition to the platform. We heard our folks that they're spending a lot of time on Yahoo and other platforms that do a great job of providing, not just fundamental data, but other things too. But when we've incorporated into the platform, as well as allowed folks to leverage those data points, EPS, flow, short interest, domicile, in our top list window or in our watch list window, it allows you to save time because you don't have to go navigate to another platform. It's all built in right into the dashboard that you create. Bear in mind, most of our customers are not using the platform on one screen. It's usually spread out across multiple, because there really is no limit in terms of the number of level 2 windows, the number of charts, the number of watch lists that you want to create. So you can really, go as crazy as you with any layout that's meaningful to you. I mentioned earlier on in the presentation that we're going to talk about ways to save time, identify stocks, but also be able to get in and get out of things expeditiously without having to point, click, select a price, do other things. You can kind of pre-set up orders that that you're going to use and create those dynamics so that you're not only able to enter orders in with just your keyboard or a hot button, which I'll show you guys in a second, but you can also do dynamic type pricing based on what your average price is, what the current bid is, what the ask is, what the last is, and then do offsets from those prices. So for example, if you're trading, a momentum stock and it starts to go against you, maybe you want to set up a hotkey that is to, hit the bid minus 5 cents so that, if people start selling, you'll be able to get out and get your order filled, in a very expeditious manner. The time saver is implicit in what it does, just because it eliminates the pointing and clicking. And so quickly, I'll show you guys how to set up our hotkeys. And you'll notice down at the bottom of my level 2, my order entry here, I have these blue buttons, which these are what we call hot buttons. So if there are hotkeys that you to add and create a point and click scenario without having to drive from your keyboard, you can do that. So I'm going to set up and send an order. That's the type of hotkey I want to do. And let's say it's a sell quantity type. This is my position. Quantity is 100. And we want to do a limit order. I can choose my smart route for day plus. Price source is our bid. And then I want to do a, bid minus 5 cents, I just said. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to, and we want to auto send this order so that we don't have to, click a confirmation button. And we're going to add that to our hotkey grid. And now I'm going to come to the hotkey deck, and I'm going to add this newly created hotkey into the deck, apply, so that I can sell the bid minus 5 cents. Actually, I could rename this, which would make sense. Description is sell bid minus 0.05. Personally, I'm setting up the buttons so that I don't have to remember what the key combination is. Shift, Control L. Those are the 5 features, but they help folks save time in their trading journey throughout the day. We wanted to highlight an offer to the ticker users. As Sean mentioned, we are an integrated broker there, and you can leverage Sean's platform to trade through us. Some of those momentum ideas, you can maybe run both of these platforms in parallel to each other. And we're running a promotion. So for any folks that come over from Sean, from Ticker, that are Ticker users, we have these discounts at hand. There is a partnership page that you guys can get to by either scanning the QR code or entering in TradeZero.com/partner/ticker, and then sign up through there, and you would get those benefits. I saw one of the guys in the chat before mentioned Thinkorswim. We'd love to have you here at TradeZero. We really pride ourselves on providing real-time customer support and service 24/7 by 365. Our trading days from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the platforms that we provide are really geared to folks that are, not just starting on their trading journey, but that have got a little savvy and a little market acclimation. And we have brokerages not just here in the U.S., but also in Canada, Europe, and the Bahamas. So really, regardless of where you are in the world, we have an offering that could speak to you. In the States here, we're commission free for all stocks above $1. And we pride ourselves on providing not just great access to buying stocks long on the long side, but also facilitating our shorts by providing access to our locates and pre-borrows on short selling. Yes, that was ZeroPro, but all of the features that I showed you guys, the top list, the scanner, and the hotkeys, as well as the fundamental data, that is all available through, and Squawk, all available through TZ1, which is our free platform.
Awesome. And then Sean did also ask, hey, how would you compare your platform to Robinhood Legend?
So TZ1, I think, is stacks up well against Robinhood. I think where we really differentiate ourselves is, on the short access. So if short selling is a thing that you want to do, I believe Robinhood just started offering some short selling, whereas, we really provide anything that's 50 cents or greater. You have the opportunity to short with us.